Yes, this is Tuesday, July 6, 2021. I am Sue Long, doing a documentary on what I know, along with my own just whatever I'm doing, bopping around, as I have, camera on myself for safety in public. Anyway, let me tell you about my experience with the Price Breakers Indoor Bazaar. Just a couple things. One, 2007 took me a very long time to save $2,000. And I was supposed to be getting engaged and married to a Thomas John Trier. That was a fake wedding, and the theft of my 3 babies, the number 3, not the word. Blog it. It's on Twitter, the whole story. Tell the truth, or somebody will tell it for you. With my experience with a lot of different things, and some of it will be in what I'm sharing now. Evidently, yes, it's of whatever they caught during the Korean War and the virtual reality invented by my grandfather, possibly my father, U.S. Army, Louis Eugene Gaumond Sr., 1945 or so, the invention. But it wants to go in the identity of, so let's let it of, Donald Walters, my supposed to be my father, but also is this thing's victim. Look at Hamancourt over there doing it Spring Valley. It's Skyway Seattle show and shit. So I'm going to go in here, and the very first jeweler place that you go in the entrance of is going to show me what I believe was real, a $10,000 ring. Flawless. Right here. And I'm going to be getting engaged to Thomas John Trier and married to him. And this place is going to sell me one filled with black in my stones that I'm not going to notice. It's supposed to be white gold, but I'm going to have to go in to get it sprayed. Jennifer Trier, married to Thomas John Trier's brother, with Qualcomm, James, who lives in Marietta at the time, 2007, is going to wish, even though they have money up their ass, I wish I had a carat diamond. And look at it at Easter time in 2005-ish, or I don't remember, 2007, at Mike's, Tom Trier's supposed stepbrother, who his father married and left Trier and Sons flooring to, instead of Eric Trier or any of them. Lynette Trier, the mother, is going to be the one who wrote a book on divorce and on the Oprah show back in the 80s. Let's go a little bit further. 2003, I'm basically living up on 16th Street behind where what was supposed to be of a Mike and a Tony Duran. And that doesn't exist there anymore, the building or nothing. And behind it was another one with a post office box. And Donald Edward Ivester and Mary at that time supposedly lived there. I lived there for a moment. Sylvia and Doug lived there, who did illegal porn on me. I was there for a minute. It was somebody who was supposed to be Bobby. Okay? My car ends up stolen. I came down here. This place, strange enough, Sloppy Joe's, has been left. But Panda Express is all new since then, I believe, okay? 2003. But there was a phone booth here that has been destroyed. They've all been destroyed or taken out nationwide. I don't know about worldwide. I haven't been anywhere but the United States. The phone booth does not exist anymore. It was right here. I'm going to call 911 to report my car stolen from there. It's all recorded on it. Whatever was supposed to have been the National City Police, a woman is going to arrive. I'm going to tell her about my car being stolen and me wanting to do a report on it. All she's going to do is ask me if I want to kill myself. I'm going to say no, but you would think with all the things happening to me, I might. I'm just calling to report my car stolen. Next thing I knew, other patrol cars are here. at least 2 or 3 more. And I'm running up, backing up to that motherfucking wall that I bet you to this day, forensic science in 2021 can find traces of me here from 2003, where I'm running backwards and running from them right here, right in this area, because they don't clean their shit up and they can't get the proper their hands on the proper stuff for blood. My blood's not here, but something of me is that forensic science can find from that. But it's also on film and already known. Okay? They're going to handcuff my hands, handcuff my feet, put me on a pole like a pig, and now right in this area, put me in the back of a patrol car. It's going to be the last thing I ever motherfucking remember, ever. I wouldn't have known I was dead if I wasn't woke up 5 days later in Paradise Valley Mental Institution with my car still stolen. Me all clean. Now during the Skyway show, evidently, I was murdered. And Josie Roundabout, that has to do, I guess, with CIA or something, that Donald Walters evidently has had under his knife and blade, doing dirties for him, including possibly murder me or something, supposedly. It was who brought me back to life. And evidently, without my knowledge, I was actually scaring everyone because they didn't know I was alive. Something else that might make... Now, isn't it weird how all these strangers and people, like that one, it's so upset at what I'm sharing now. I gotta ask them, how can they actually hear me? Because they're connected. They're stalking me. They're posted up, as I was taught, 2008, and everything is staged. A lot of it's robotic, including the cars and the drivers. Now, stinky, illegal King County sheriffs who's going to call the ambulance and have me brought to a mental institution and do whatever you want with her while throwing me to the ambulance people and bringing me to Renton Hospital because I was asking randomly people if they were my egg. Well, I guess I wouldn't have been asking that if one thing I didn't tell you. That's what I was taught up at your Serenity Hall. And I guess my blood taken that day was used to prove it was true. Well, the doctors from the Renton Hospital in Washington are doing this. Yeah! When I asked how it was to be caught to be corrupt and malpracticing me, the Renton Hospital went down. Again, what would any of these be taking everything so personal for? Who the fuck are you? Stalking me. Needless to say, when I woke up and released from the hospital in 2003, Paradise Valley Hospital, it's all documented too. After that 5 days, and my car's still stolen, I went to the residence in which I was still living with that Bobby now, 16th Street, behind Mike and Tony. And strange enough, when I called the National City Police again, forgetting, because Bobby wouldn't let me inside, but I had mail going there and all my belongings. So legally, yes, in the United States of America, he had to open his door to let me in. The National City Police said he doesn't have to even respond or acknowledge that they're there. Seems that they know when it comes to what they're doing. Now, please let me give you somebody on the street and all my personal information, which I do because I'm not afraid, and it means, I believe I'm in danger. So, I want the real people to know me anyway. Who have, these are their toys, not the karats. They're more like the integrity's traps for the karat. Well, they learn all their dirties so they can do their jobs better. You're like, how about all my voices being recorded and shit on the devil and shit? Oh, please don't hire me to do voices for Cotton Kings and shit. Wow. But still, like, any of you ever see the movie Grudge? Well, I can't do it anymore, but that's me and my sound. You know what I'm saying? Just so upset. It's paranoid whenever I might be buying a dude in Walmart. Has to know where I'm going. I'll know where I tell you. Who cares if I do? Weirdo. What? Yeah, if none of this is true, and who the fuck are you connected to me? How would you know who I'm even talking to or not? Majority of the time, you don't even know if my fucking shit's on or not. While I'm babbling around, walking around, and doing nothing but entertaining my own fucking self in my own little world, doing what floats my boat. Poverty and integrity. So then the Chula Vista police are going to do a setup. They're not even real. Or they're psycho cops in Chula Vista in approximately July 27th or something of 2020. And do the same thing. Oh, and they film themselves doing it. And the National City, I'm going to be like in a tight spot because I'm going to know I'm being chased by corrupt and setup. I'm already being taught that it's going to happen at 1165 Nile Avenue through Dwayne, and their little show of the police in front of there and stuff, and some other things. So I'm trying to get myself to the National City Police Department because it's the only closest one. So I could say, what the fuck and who is this chasing me and why are they? Well, now I've got a bunch of taser second pointed at me and shit. Well, they're parked at a AM, PM on Highland Avenue in like 24th, across the street from 7-Eleven. The National City Police. Well, reluctantly, I went ahead and just safely parked my vehicle. I forgot I had, some scissors on my keychain that was not a weapon, or just happened to be there because that's where I put them when I was doing a craft. And yes, I will protect myself with those. I need. But there's other things to protect yourself as well, too. Do you know the corrupt law enforcement will write down your mobile phone as a deadly weapon? You have. Evidently, you're not supposed to have anything to protect yourself, and they want to make sure you're alone and no devices. But they forget, I have 24/7 device going eternally inside me. I don't really care. Playing their own stupid game. It's not even a they, it's a one person. It's a one creature thing from the Korean War they caught. Taking on the identities and now it wants to be and go out as a Donald Walters. Military intelligence, the U.S. Army's had it since the Korean War. Oh boy. Anything more. It's goal to drive me insane and crazy like it has any of his others, and like on one of the Batman episodes where they blow stuff in the people's face. And they hung me on a pole again at the Chilliwack Police last year when they did that. They had me in one of the. First off, they're not even running, they're down. They're like a museum and down. Now they prop them up, stage them, just to do their dirties like this and prey on the supposed homeless, less fortunate. Put them out supposedly as a manhunt. As if nobody can just be venturing around doing their own fucking thing. Supposedly everybody's homeless because they do drugs, but that's not a fact. It's a lie. So Chilliwack Police Department and San Diego Sheriff's, this time we're all in on that together, and the National City Police. I'm getting upset because I was exposed and want to find out where my dead mother, Sandra Frances Garman Walters, is, and my sister, Karen Suzanne Walters Hall, my niece and nephews. I mean, after all, I got a schizophrenic sociopath fucking card in the mail saying so. Sandy passed away. Call this number if I want a hug. Viewers can see it on YouTube. It's the only way I can put out a search for where are these dead people? And why is everybody getting so But yet there's a Team Maya search. Sorry I didn't have you on the Donald Washington conspiracy thing. We're going to make sure you can't go in that way. You got to go this way. Just to say, oh, I got you to do what they say. Now, as you'll see, this superstore of Walmart is a lot different than what's supposed to be of a neighborhood grocery store Walmart that hardly has any selection and very small. Well, I'm just trying to irritate me with yellow on purpose, right? I don't exactly understand why. Yellow, yay! Can I have a yellow lighter, please? Thank you. I mean, like, so what? Walmart. This is from Haas Money. They murdered Donald Walters, murdered Oliver Josephino Ibister, aka Joe. That social security number is 8181. March 4th, 1994. They ate him. I'm the heir to Walmart. All the illegal porno money they did went into this. And, of course, stolen. Amongst all kinds of, I happen to be the empress of the biggest empire ever. For real. I don't really care. Look how gross it is. They stole. This is hoarders, people who steal things and it's all theirs too, and not plenty to share or give. Interesting, huh? And they want to say he stole from them. I'm the inventor of all the cameras that are in your stores starting in 1989, popping up like when you go, the ones that for the exit and entrances, the ones, those. Yeah, I'm the inventor of those. I'm the inventor of the ones that are in the libraries and everywhere. Yeah. Please don't steal my ideas. I don't have anything to offer. Stupid me. Man, it takes $10,000 for somebody to even think to maybe do your invention. Excuse me, where's your pharmacy? In the middle? Oh, wow. Pharmacy in the middle. Oh, yeah, there it is. I forgot that. Excuse me, before I stand in line, do you guys sell any of the DNA kits here? Do you have any of the DNA kits here? Okay, fabulous. I don't have to stand in line. Many of the Walmarts carry the DNA kits. For some reason, it's being kept from me being able to have one. There no means yes. I don't really care. Nothing's important enough for me to care about. But we get him in a trap. And Isabel, who works and is supposed to be a friend, not an enemy of mine. When looking on the internet, evidently your own doctor cannot do a DNA test on you, but evidently a lawyer in downtown San Diego for men to get custody of their children can do a DNA test. And only Ancestry.com can you get it from online. And is what you see is you're able to go into Walmart and buy them. So far as you guys have seen, I asked at 2 Walmarts now, which I really don't care about. Just, it is a big deal. Not important enough to me. Nothing is. But exposing the ones that stole my 3 sons and maybe murdered them, that'd be just John and Nathan. I don't really care about the Empire. Doing the Skyway show, I say eat it all. But he ate my shit nuts instead. As you know, Mike from the Hells Angels and Skyway show and some scrunge. Maybe a couple others like suck my dick, bitch. Now get away from me. Okay. Evidently. Me having my DNA test, which who the fuck is going to do a DNA test? Do it online to mail for it, or even go in somewhere like Walmart and buy it, and then mail it off for the results. In today's world, well, what's going to happen to who you mail it off to is they're going to get all your information and whatever it is you're sending to them for your DNA. Now they're going to be able to make multiples of you, steal your DNA, as black market corrupt and underground villains do. Manolo Rubio money, cockfighting money, human trafficking money, and whatnot. Okay? Like on American Horror Stories and stuff and other movies and things that isn't just movies and documentaries that are real documentaries. And they're going to also possibly, more than likely, send you false information of what the results were in the first fucking place. Well, So you see, with the trouble of being able to get a DNA test and pay cash for it at that, we should be able to just walk into any doctor and tell them I want to have a DNA test. And still, the doctors can be, corrupt in their laboratories and stuff like that. But it done in integrity, professional manner for real, like real military level and superheroes. That would probably be the most trustworthy way. So you see, I never was really another fake out for you. I was never really out to ever get my DNA test at this time, for the simple fact that it's too fishy and stinky that you can't just get it done from a regular doctor or any other way, but the way that you're evidently able to. Thank you for falling for my trap. I am the cheese that evidently CIA uses to catch you, not me. Nor you catch me. You filthy shits. Who evidently, you're not even saying any names. Take it evidently ever so quite personal. And thank you for filming yourselves, Chula Vista Police. And it not making sense, I was asked by somebody that didn't seem to appear ever again when I was during that stay at Las Colinas. Fake arrest, lock her up and hide the key. I was asked, why did they bring me to Las Colinas if it was the Chula Vista Police? Why wasn't it San Diego Jail or the Chula Vista Police Department? Jail. That was by a Christina that I never seen again, who approved for me to get out because evidently I had a mental health lock on me. And evidently did not understand the charges I was given and had to take medication mandated by the judge. All dirty. Attention, Sergeant Jackson at the Las Colinas, who worked so very close with me and so kind to me. Who are you? Who didn't care if I processed and used the word nigger that I might be and have had done to me, but he was African American, so he supposedly was one of the Justice League. Well, supposedly his people the deputies did mail our letters out, but no, they did not mail our letters out. Not all of them. I did tests, which I knew you guys knew, and I wrote myself 4 to 5 postcards and 2 letters so that when I was released, I'd be able to reach in my mailbox and get my mail for myself. I only received 1 postcard that was a verse from the Bible about the plots made of me are already seen and known of, and I'll be saved from each and every one of them. The other one was one I filled with verses that tore out of books. For fruits, not because I'm a Jesus movement freak, but for the fruits on how to be of integrity and sound-minded. They're found in other, universal books and shit too, and cultures. I've also written a couple letters to Sergeant Jackson, amongst basically all the ones that worked in the PS1 psychiatric ward there. Yes, I did know what my charges were. I said it was corrupt and there was no Miranda done. Somehow they evidently had history of me being psychotic, and I didn't have a history of being psychotic, needing antipsychotic drugs. I have a history, and it's documented here in the Chula Vista doctors and the DMV government of an MRI being done to me, and the results being seizures and strokes, antipsychiatric medication caused. That means in America, period, we don't give me that kind of medicine. Plus, we have rights, and you can't force anyone to take it in America. My medicine is marijuana, orange juice, and bark. You know, with me over here in my own corner, like and stuff, boy, I sure, These are all the stalkers stalking me. They're not just shopping and driving through. They're actually connected, taking it all personal. They're not stalking me, they're just doing their job. And thank you, Donald Waters, for being our slave and cleaning up after us and yourselves. You bit the cheese. Now, back in 2003, you were able to sit out here with Sylvia from Mexico City, big meth dealer, big Glock, big gun, and do all kinds of dope in there as a driver. And back then you were able to, sleep in the Walmart parking lots. And this is my store for real. And once on that shit, I know who the fuck I am for some reason, even though I don't do that stuff, but I did for a minute, and that's what they did, stole my kids in 2002. Before I burst bloomed out of their opportunity of drug court they set up as well. Because no, I didn't want drugs more than my kids, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. It wasn't even me, it was them doing all the goddamn drugs. Alright. So I helped myself in my store back then. Well, of course, I'm allowed to. It's my store. I've been here since '66. Same with all the other stores. Yeah, Kevin Hill knows that. Everybody knows that. On the air. Yeah. Hershey's Empire. Born into it. Along with my cousin David Gallman. Him and I are the heirs to the Hershey's Empire. Okay, so I'm able to help. I was, okay, no arrest, no nothing. Then I take it over to the 99 Cent Only store. That's also my store. For real. Same reasons. It all goes back also to me being the mother and Baradu, Oliver Joseph Reno Ivesters, who's been murdered. Cherokee. Money too. That's why I'm able to. I'm the owner. And I fill it up over there. You know what I do with it? Gifts for fucking others. Because of course I didn't have income. I've always done like this. I am capable of holding down a job. For real, I'm a homemaker. Displaced. Now they're gonna fucking try saying shit after whoever's been busted and caught and snot and I don't even know anything about. Like people's cars being towed that were blamed on me. I've never had anybody towed. And I always put a note first if I'm gonna. Wow. Thank you for teaching me that those crimes were being done, though. In my name, never knowing. Just something nobody could tell me about. Wow. So what? In their Skyway show in 2015, 16, 17, and 18, after me even blogging about all the shit on the internet in 2007 for getting rid of Tom Trier, no law enforcement or nobody giving a fuck. And evidently the guilties of whatever they got popped and busted of shit I know nothing about till they had to teach me then. 2015. Sex offenders, human traffickers, all kinds of shit. Now look at this one over here having to stalk me. But he's just doing his job picking up cards. Look at how that fool's fucking dressed to work for Walmart. And the shoes. All the tie shit. Supposedly, Kathy, Maureen Gauman's sister, worked at Walmart in Seattle, Washington somewhere, or Everett, Washington, or Marysville, Washington in 2001 and 2, and evidently they did a cheer and exercise thing before starting work. Walmart. They lived at Port Susan. Kathy. Nancy was a Mount Vernon police officer. Maureen Gauman's sister. Her brother Tommy stayed here. Oh, why'd everybody back away and get so quiet? Kathy also, prior to Walmart, was doing detailing on yachts. Oh, she was a twapper from fucking hell. Super skinny, but evidently, able to keep it together and not tell. Before they ever moved up to Stanwood, Washington in the 80s. Working out at a workout place on Broadway or 3rd Avenue. Kathy. The one that I'm going to share about is when I was age 3 and she babysat. And she was making cake. We were doing cake. And she told me not to eat all that icing, but I still did, and I threw it all out. I fucking hate icing to this goddamn day. That sugar fucking icing, and I hate cake. By the way, we're on what I hate, Donald Walters. I don't know, but you must be lost because I haven't liked goddamn watermelon since being with you as David Oakes. It makes me pee all the fucking time, and that's why. But thank you for having a watermelon grow for me in Tackerville, Oklahoma, 2005. And all things about watermelon sense. Not 2005, but I mean 1995. I don't think I had a watermelon from it, and I never went out and picked one. I didn't give a fuck, but evidently, they're farmers, the ones who do our produce for the stores, and Trader Joe's Organics. That'd be the one they murdered. Who left me and his son all this. But it's all 3 sons, not just Joseph. There goes Bonnie, Dawn, Carla, and the one on the bus with the music. It's going to stop like the Skyway show by Serenity Hall. The Cadillacs. That makes such a... Oh, here we go. Circles. Love it, because I'm the cheese, and all their devices and shit get all pointed at me, and we're out to end and eliminate Donald Walters. And, it's so funny because I used to always go hunting. He got me a BB gun at 7. And I used to go hunting with him from, taught the right, for rabbits and squirrels and birds so we can eat. So I know his hunting skills. The circling and the circling and the circling and the waiting for it to come to you. While it bakes you. Like how he sat out night after night to get the bobcats killing the chickens. In Tackerville, Oklahoma, 1995. You know the movie Manhunt? You're going to take my head and do the Manhunt. I must be more Titanic than them because I'm like, yeah, put me on the spin wheel and just strap me on it, put a mirror in front of me, and I can slide some tight speed. So I want to watch it too. Watch out, bless him. Oh, I just keep circling around that Cadillac. They're just looking for a parking spot. They're not stalking me. They don't have anything to do with this. They're not connected on devices illegally. No, they're not. They're being allowed to. Not legally, though. Well, you know, those of integrity learn from them. They're stinkies. So they can be better at their job. But, oh, here's a picture of vagina. Golden one is it. Also, many of that illegal shit's been putting all this. Unfortunately, don't let me do my own. Evidently, I'll be in trouble. So anyways, they're always setting traps, especially the Sheridan, Wyoming one. Try catch me stealing from my stores. Which you can't do since I got away in 2008. Been flying solo on my own. You see that private security go by? I go in, I say, hey, yes, I'm the owner, and why you guys have my store up? They all fucking act like I'm the fucking one to arrest me instead of not even somebody that might need some mental help. Or just being silly. Isn't that weird? Whatever's supposed to be of a Karen Hall that isn't. Weird how it keeps being told it's Karen Hall when it's Karen Suzanne Walters. Hall was her married name. Also, it must be pretty shitty to be locked into the religion of Satanicism with them having Sundays dedicated to their day instead of 24/7. Wow. Those are science, and I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I don't have just a one-dayer of anything. And Sunday is really just another day, but things are programmed. I mean, they're just in Spanish and English. Sunday's just a day of a week of 7 days, and it's not really for Satanics. But I guess a group of people can say it's their day. To gather together and do whatever. That now. With only 2 legs. With no 2 legs. Been in a cell since 1993.
Hold on a second, they're missing.